Hello, hello. We are here back again. My name's Crystal Almeida. I'm the CEO and founder of HerLink, an all in one business management software solution impacting female entrepreneurs around the world. And of course, here with me, as always.
Hi everyone, we are back. I am Dr. K Tap, really amplifying the wellness of high achieving women to feel more confident, more connected, and more centered within themselves so that they can thrive in their purpose driven work without compromising their wellness. I'm all about holistic health and wellness. So we are back because we are here once a month, the first Thursday of every month, talking about all things women entrepreneurship and women wellness, because guess what? They are not separated, they are interconnected. And it's so important for us to be aware of that connection as we go through our purpose driven work, but also taking care of ourselves as we are taking care of our clients and also taking care of our family members. Right, Crystal?
100%. And as we're speaking, I can't help but say we've got some other members joining us here today. The stuffies, the holiday stuffies my kids like to decorate the house with. So we got a full
Exactly.
bunch.
Talking about family. I love it. We're keeping
I-
it real here.
Right? I'm so excited for us to actually dive into this like real honest conversation. And that's where this comes from. It's two female entrepreneurs who have honest conversations about the journey of entrepreneurship. And like Dr. Catherine said, making sure that you're having that balance with your wellness and your business, and that you're thriving and you're enjoying the process and you're not overwhelmed and feeling pressured, because the world can do that. And the world of entrepreneurship for sure does that. So today we're talking about your business, your seasons. And this kind of really hit home for both of us because in the world of entrepreneurship and in business, we've got the Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4, and all the pressures of the business seasons that come along with it. And this discussion really got sparked up because of the Black Friday season and the holiday season in the United States, and how big Black Friday is, and this sense of pressure as an entrepreneur or small business owner to just put a Black Friday sale out there because it's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to move with this unwritten rule of the seasons of change in business. And what we've really kind of discovered, it's your business, so they're your seasons. Your seasons don't actually have to align with the rest of the world of business. And just because in Q4, it's time to pound the pavement, get in those last minute sales, that might not actually be what is meant for you and your business and the season that you're going through personally and professionally. So I'm excited to kind of dive into this. Dr. Catherine, how do you feel about it? How do you kind of take that pressure off? When did you realize it's your business and it's your seasons?
Ah. I think so. I've been in business for let's say about 2 years now. And I really realized that about a year ago. And it really came from one of the coaches that I had at the time. And, she gave the example of, or made the really important point that you can't compare your chapter one to someone else's chapter 20, right? And I'm like, that is correct. Everybody is in their own phase of life and in their own season in their business. And I realized that, I was comparing myself a lot. I just starting a business, right? So this is about a year ago. And not having any business experience before, right? Medical school doesn't teach anything about business. Did have business experience elsewhere. And I realized that, things happen slowly. And I love to give the example of nature whenever I can because I love nature. And I realized, hey, I am planting a seed. And I am planting an intentional seed of serving high achieving women so that they can thrive in their wellness journey as well as in their purpose driven work. But it's going to take time. It's going to take time for me to nurture the seed, make sure it is in the right soil, right environment. Maybe I need to make shifts when certain things change, when the seasons change, when it is winter, the plant that I'm planting needs to be moved inside where it's warm. So I'm realizing more and more that it's okay where I am, and I need to do what is right for me, where I am in my personal life and where I am in my business. So that was really really eye opening for me.
Ooh, I love that. You just really hit upon that comparison trap that is very amplified in the world of entrepreneurship. And
Hmm.
it's constantly comparing ourselves to the next business owner. And the thing that doesn't make sense about this is we all have our own unique businesses and we all
Hmm.
service different clientele, different demographics. We work in different niches. And really, who should be driving those seasons of change are your unique clients, your unique individuals that you are servicing. Because there's a saying, and I learned this in nonprofit world, and it really just always resonates with me. And I remind myself, nothing for us without us. What does that mean? So don't try and service a community if that's not what they're asking for. So let me bring it back to the Black Friday example. We are all racing to get these Black Friday sales up, or the holiday season's coming around for Christmas, and we're all racing thinking we all need a sale, we all need an offer during the holiday season. But if you're not a product based business, if you're not selling products that people can gift to others during the holiday season, or maybe they can gift your product, but maybe it's not necessarily on people's holiday wish lists to be gifting people. Why force that? Why not let it be a little bit more organic and actually service your clients with offerings and products and sales and discounts? And there's nothing wrong with that stuff, but do it in the season that is right for your business, not necessarily because it's Q4 or it's Christmas or it's Black Friday, because each and every business is unique with unique clientele. So the comparison trap is what will actually hold you back, overwhelm you, and actually delay your productivity in business.
100%. And you hit the nail on the head with the word force, right? You know already, we've had many different conversations with regards to flow, right? So you're going to choose one of them. It's force versus flow. It's one or the other. One has more ease, and the other one, there's a lot of resistance and more energy and time consumption that takes place with that. So you have to really be, I love this word, intentional about how you're operating in your business. Do you want to operate in a way that does not feel right, but because everyone is doing it, you feel like you have to do it? Or are you going to really step back and realize, okay, I am in this season of business. Maybe it's just preparation season, right? For you to make sure that you get the back end of your business in place, right? That is what Crystal and her company, Hurling System, does, getting the whole back system in place to make sure that your business has systems to thrive with more ease so that you have less headache, right? So there is flow that needs to take place in all different aspects of the business, right? With the back end, as I just mentioned before, with production of things, with launching of things. So you really have to decide, especially as we're going into 2025, how do you want to operate? That's really, let's get down to the root of things. How do you want to operate? And knowing that how you're operating in your business is not separate and apart from how you're operating in your life. So anytime I'm talking about both. Your business, your life, your wellness, everything comes together. They're not separated. So it's definitely something for you to think about. So drop it in the comments about how do you want to operate? How do you want to show up for your life, your business, your wellness, whichever one you want to do. You can do all three of them, but drop it in the comments because we would love to know.
You know, I have to jump on the word that you used, force. If we were feeling forced in a specific quarter or season of your business to do something because of the comparison trap, that force means that you are sacrificing something. And one thing I think we both can agree on, and many entrepreneurs chose the journey of entrepreneurship because it frees you up of time, pressure, having someone else tell you what to do. Like entrepreneurship has so many benefits to it until you jump into this comparison trap to feeling forced to go with the seasons of other people's businesses. And now all of a sudden you're sacrificing all of the benefits that you signed up for entrepreneurship in the first place. And one of them is not feeling overwhelmed. It's not feeling pressured. And although entrepreneurship can sometimes feel those things, if you actually embrace the fact that growing a business is non-linear, it does not mean everybody's on that same journey. Some businesses explode. Some businesses will take time to blow up, to really grow and scale. It does not mean one business is more successful than the other. And we've talked about this before. There's businesses that explode and then shut their doors down. There's businesses that grow slow and are sustainable. But what's the most important, why we brought this here today? Your business, your seasons, how to not feel the overwhelm, how not to sacrifice your mental health, how to make sure you are flowing with intention. It feels good and it doesn't feel forced. That's the key to entrepreneurship. Otherwise, is it really worth it? If it's not enjoyable, is it really worth it? Drop it in the chat. Let me know. Is entrepreneurship enjoyable if you're feeling forced to follow these seasons of change in your business because other businesses are going into those seasons?
That's a good one. That is a good one. And I think one of the things, when you realize, first of all, that there are different seasons within your business, just like in nature, right? That, you have your growth phase, you have your harvest, you have your preparation first before the growth, right? Preparation, you have your growth, you have your harvest, and you have your rest, right? And so really tapping into being okay with those slower periods and understanding that it's okay to make a shift in business. It's okay to rest, and that, as you said before, it's not linear. So you're not always going to be shooting for the stars all the time. You're not going to see that as results. Your aim is to, but you're not necessarily going to see that all the time. And those slower periods, just think about as we're going into the winter season right now, right? Is a time to recharge. It is a time to prepare for times that are going to be expansive, are going to multiply, are going to be much busier, right? Or in more demand. So the cyclical approach to the different phases of the seasons, it really prevents burnout and fosters sustainability if you're able to see it that way, right? Imagine, for example, again, going back to nature, if it was always summertime, right? Okay, so I live in Florida, so
I'd be
technically,
very happy. I'd be very happy, Dr. Catherine. This comes from Dr. Catherine living in Florida and Crystal
I know
here.
that's why I'm putting that caveat in. That's why I'm putting that caveat in, right? But it is always sunny. Just think about that. It never rains, it's never cloudy, right? Things are going to dry up, right? The lawn is going to be dry, right? We're not going to be able to bear much fruit because plants, vegetation, they need water in order to grow, right? So pulling that example into your life and into your wellness and your business, if you're going and experiencing that burnout, right? You're working tirelessly, right? What is that really doing to your overall health and wellness? It is eventually going to lead to chronic disease. It's going to lead to something if there is no harmony in your business and in your wellness to, again, take that rest.
I love that. And Dr. Cat, this is coming from a doctor herself telling us there is some ramifications in terms of your wellness, your health, your mental health, and making sure that when you schedule out these quarters, Q1, Q2, and all the things you're supposed to do, are you actually carving out the season in your business of rest.
Mm.
If you do not have a season that you've identified in your calendar year that provides you with a resting time, a reflection opportunity, then the opportunity for growth is being held back. I truly believe this. And in those moments of where it feels dark, where you feel the unsure, where you're feeling forced to move, that's probably your calling to say, this is your resting season. And just listen to that intuition, because you know it, you feel it. And if you can't, and it's hard for you, because sometimes it's easier said than done, listen to your intuition. Well, sometimes our gut is telling us something, but we still are forced, because of the comparison world, because of, the seasons of change in everybody else's business, we just force ourselves to go in that direction. So I want to give you a really tangible tip. If you felt forced during Black Fridays to get your sales up there, if you feel forced during the Christmas holidays to just get a sale or to get your products out there and get your offers out there, put them out there. I encourage you to do so. You're working on it. You're trying to get it done because you feel like it would really work for you. Make sure in 2025 you carve out that opportunity of rest and reflection and reflect back on the analytics. Was it fruitful for your business? Was the ROI measurable for you, your business, but most importantly, you and your mental health? Did it, propel your business forward? Did you make X amount of sales? Was it worth that time? And if it was, great, continue that, right? But don't continue to repeat things simply because of the seasons of change in other people's businesses. Go with your flow, but make sure you're carving out a season of rest and a reset period for your business to reflect.
Mm. I love that you gave something tangible for people to do, because I kind of want to add on to what you were saying about kind of reflecting to see, okay, was it a great return on your investment, right? I want people to think about return on investment in terms of business, but also how it impacted their wellness, how it impacted their relationships with their family. Were they away from their family because they were so invested in it? So look at the reflection piece in a holistic way. I'm always going to talk about that, right?
I love that. You know what, Dr. Catherine, I'm going to jump in because
Yeah,
as a Canadian, Black Friday, that's not our Thanksgiving holiday. And correct
right.
me if I'm wrong, but Thanksgiving is kind of the major American holiday season, lots of family time. And if that's you and you were sacrificing some of those moments for just forcing this Black Friday and being on top of your Black Friday sales, and you actually had to sacrifice some of the other pieces that were important to you, I think that's where Dr. Catherine is saying really get a holistic snapshot of what that return on investment looked like. Were the amount of sales you got worth maybe missing the family dinner or missing the prep time or missing all the things that lead up to that maybe bringing you joy? It actually might not be a good a return on your investment.
So really something to think about. There's something else that you were saying also, the focus on, getting the clients or getting the product out there. It's kind of a little bit of a tangent from what we're speaking about, but I feel led to just talk about it a little bit. And and this is something that I worked on this year specifically, is to let go of the trying to get and focus more on the giving of the product, giving of the service. And you tell me, Crystal, hearing the word get versus give just has a completely different energy. Again, one feels forced, right? And the other one, to me at least, feels with more ease and flow, feels as if I'm more guided by my intuition to, produce. I just wanted someone needed to hear that. So I just wanted to share that really quickly as well.
Absolutely. And when you are forcing creating something, that's exactly what it does. It feels like you are just trying to get stuff from people. And consumers are no longer buying with that energy. Consumers are now buying off of feeling like they are receiving from you, receiving and not just being asked for, building that community, educating your community. So maybe during Black Friday or these holiday seasons, that's not what you're doing, is just asking for a sale. Maybe it's actually giving, paying it forward, providing some education, providing some tips, showing up on a live, having fruitful discussions, whatever that looks like, make sure it doesn't have the energy of simply you getting instead of your clientele, your niche, your consumers receiving as well.
Absolutely. And as we are kind of talking about different things to really think about and reflect on, one that encompasses everything that we've been talking about is honor your journey.
Mm.
Honor the journey that you are on. Again, you were called for some reason to be an entrepreneur. Somewhere in the heart of you, you were called to do this thing. And so when the comparison comes up, because it's going to come up, right? Because we're seeing what other people do. It's just a part of the process. Is for you to identify, oh, okay, I'm comparing. Okay, how am I feeling, and so forth. But always remembering, as you're honoring your journey, you're going back into why you're doing this in the first place. What is your vision, right? All the different things that you're doing in your business, it should go back to your vision and your mission, and make sure that what you're doing is in alignment with that.
I love that. I love that. And when you talked about the comparison thing and just really embracing your own unique business journey, remember this: where you are right now in your business is exactly where you are supposed to be, where you are meant to be. It truly is. And every time you second guess it, and I have been there, and I'm sure Dr. Catherine has been there, take the moment and carve out that season to reflect and reset, because that will allow you to remind yourself, I am exactly where I am meant to be in this moment in time. This is your business journey, no one else's. Do not get into that comparison trap. And the extra layer to that, and why I say forget about that comparison stuff, because external success doesn't actually equate to true success. We see a lot of external success happening on social media, and we see so many people showing up and promising you ways on how to blow up your business, how to 10x your revenue. There's a lot of pretend external success. It comes a part of the territory in the world of business and entrepreneurship, and don't let that fool you to believe you are not successful in the journey and in the moment in time you are in your business at this time.
Mm, I love that, because we get to define what success means to us.
So true.
We do. We
We do.
do.
Yes.
Yes. I made a post about this, and it was just about that, redefining your success. And what does that mean? It may not have anything to do with money. Again, success, it ties right back into your core values. Like, what do you value? Right? So,
Uh,
what are the top three? Here's a question for you. For you to think about, for you to write down, share it. What are your top three core values? So
ooh.
if they're at your core, wouldn't you want to continue to be successful in what you're doing in life as it relates to those values? It makes complete sense when I say it out loud, right?
It
But it does, right? But
yes.
what happens is we get so caught up sometimes, and this happens in business all the time, is that there's so many to-dos to do that, the to-dos are surface things because they have to happen right now, right? But it we can get separate and apart from the core values, which is central to why we started the thing in the first place. So always go back. Anything you're doing, anything you're questioning, anything you're unsure of, anytime you're stressed, go back to, why am I doing in this in the first place? Is the thing that I'm doing serving me well for my wellness personally and for the wellness of my business?
I love it. And Dr. Catherine, I think this is the perfect way for us to leave this live with this question I want to drop for everybody. And I think it's a really good, I don't know, homework. I'm a mom, so I've called it homework.
Assignment.
Assignment. Okay, that's the better word. I think the great assignment, and I'm going to do it myself. And as I'm saying this, I'm already reflecting. But Dr. Catherine asked, like, what is successful to you? What is it? And I know the first answer is like, well, I want my business to blow up and be a multi-million-dollar company. That's awesome. So do I. Who doesn't? That's why we became, entrepreneurs, and who runs their own business. That's every business owner's dream. That's amazing. And you can reach for the stars and put that out there, and you're more than capable in generating revenue for your business. But that's not answering the question, what does it mean to be successful? Because you can have all the money in the world. You can blow up your business. It can be a multi-million-dollar company, and you've sacrificed all the time, all the family time, all the things that are important to you. You sacrificed your health and wellness. Is having a multi-million-dollar company without all of those other things successful to you? And if you ask me, I would wake up that day and say, no, I'm not successful. And I'm not sure I'd be fulfilled, because if I sacrificed all of the things that are important to me, like family and quality time with my kids and being able to go on field trips and chaperone every single field trip, if I sacrificed that just because I have a multi-million-dollar company, I'm not sure I would feel successful. So really truly get down to the bottom of it. Of course, the point of being in business is to scale your business and to make it a profitable business. But what are the small things that will make that at the end of the day be successful to you? Is it to be in the best, health and shape of your life and making sure you're focusing on your fitness? Is it whatever it is? Make sure you're writing it down and identifying what are those things that will make you feel successful when you become the multi-million-dollar company you dream to be.
I love that. And the word that I like that you said was fulfilled. I think that's maybe a better word to use too,
Mm.
right?
Yep.
When you are at the top of your game in your business, are you fulfilled on that journey?
Ugh,
I love it.
I
I
do.
love
I
it.
love
That's a
that
great,
question.
yeah, that's a great way to wrap up, I think.
It is. It is. And if you're not feeling fulfilled, something needs to change. And just always remember, it's your business, it's your seasons. They don't have to look the same every single year. Just because it's the end of the year doesn't mean you have to be doing something. Maybe this year you're doing something in your last quarter, and maybe next year you'll do something different in your final quarter. Let it flow. Roll with the seasons of change that are unique to you and your business.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I have nothing more to say.
I love it. All right. If you enjoyed this live, we loved that we had you here. Like, share, comment, engage with us. And we'll see you for the new year in 2025, first Thursday of every month. We are back at it here, talking all things female entrepreneurs and maintaining balance in business and wellness.